Hello guys, KpShamino here, and today I'm going to show you guys part 1 of my Atziri guide. I decided to make 3 parts for Atziri because there is a lot of stuff happening. You need to watch a lot of tactics, mechanics. So I made it 3 parts, and this is the first part, and this is called the preparation. So part 1 is the preparation, part 2 is the mini bosses, and part 3 is Atziri herself. Okay, so first I'm going to explain you guys what changes with my build. I'm using the Ice Crash build, so I didn't change a lot with my build. I'm going to show you guys. Like you can see, my build is almost just the same, only here at the south I put the 4 fortify nodes away and I went to the south. Why I went to the south? Because my life leech was way too low. The main problem was, if I got a hit, my HP didn't go fast enough back up. That was the main problem. So my physical attack damage leeches as life was way too low. So therefore I took those 4 nodes. That's the only thing that I changed with the build that you guys know. Okay, like you can see. Okay, now I'm going to show you guys the stats, because the stats are really important on Atziri. Atziri is the hardest boss in this game, so the stats are really important. So I'm going to show you the most important stats that you need to know. So first of all, I'm going to start with the HP. So here you can see my life. My life is 5700, and that was more than enough in my opinion. So I guess the number 5500 HP is a little bit the number that you need to have, or higher of course. So if don't go to Atziri with 4000 HP with this build, because I don't think you are going to survive it. Okay. The next stats that I'm going to show is, first I'm going to show the physical leech life. So at the start I went in with 1.4 and that was way too low for me, therefore I did a change in my build. So I think a number between 2.5 and 3.5 is needed. Okay, it depends of course what your DPS is. So, but that's the number that you need to have. Okay, then another number that is very important is the life regeneration per second, because Atziri is a very mobile fight. You need to run around a lot, so you need to have a lot of regenerations per second too. So I'm having at the moment 460 and it was just okay. So I think you need to go for a number about 500 or higher, otherwise you cannot survive it. You need to regenerate fast, and take it from me, you take a lot of hits because you need to run around, and sometimes you are a little bit too late and stuff like that. Okay, then the last important stat is of course armor. We are around 9000 number, 48%, because the Atziri dungeon, Atziri not herself, but like the trio of mini bosses, they hit really hard physical damage. So you will see it on my flask that I use, that you need to have a lot of armor for those bosses. Okay? So physical damage leeches as life, armor, life regeneration, and armor herself. Of course you need to cap your resistance, but I don't think I need to say that. Don't go in with fire resistance not capped or something. It's almost fire damage that you get in. Yeah, it's better you just go to your grave and just jump in it and die before you do that. Okay, cap your resistance. Okay, that's it. Now I'm going to show you guys my gem selection. So not a lot changed again, but there is 1 or 2 things that I changed. So you guys know that I use increased area of effect linked to my ice crash. I'm going to still use this setup for the trash, but I'm not going to use it anymore for the bosses. And I mean the 2 mini bosses encounters and the boss herself. So I'm using concentrated effect. So be sure that you got concentrated effect with you, because it's a DPS race too. I'm not playing a shield wearer or defensive spec, so how more DPS you got, how faster the fight is over. That doesn't mean that you need to rush it, but that you will see in my other movies. Okay, so get concentrated effects with you for the bosses, and I switched Enfeeble in my low cast when damage link with Warlord's Mark. Why? Because Atziri reflect the curse. That doesn't mean you cannot curse Atziri, but if you throw an Enfeeble on Atziri, Atziri got the Enfeeble, but you are going to get the Enfeeble too. And it's problematic if you see your DPS going really fast down, and yeah, it's just problematic and it's not really needed. Atziri doesn't hit that hard, it's all the stuff that she cast that hit hard, but you need to run out of it. Okay, so what I did was my setup switched a little bit. So I went just from Enfeeble and I switched it with Warlord's Mark, because it's just a little bit safer, and you got nice life leech on Warlord's Mark 2. Okay, that were the gems. So not a lot changed. So get concentrated effects in your bags, put them on when you go to the boss, and that's it. Now I'm going to show you guys the flasks. So the dungeon, the mini bosses Atziri, you got bleeding, you got fire, you got lightning, and you got a lot of physical damage. So that means against those schools of DPS that you need to get a flask. So I'm showing you guys all the kind, and of course I forgot one thing, you need to be very mobile in the fights. So a little bit speed up is really good. It's really good because you need to run around, you need to dodge stuff, and all that stuff is yeah, if you don't touch it, you probably are dead. Okay, so my flasks. So first of all I got just an HP flask, but this one remove curses, because Atziri reflect curses, so it's very handy. And on Atziri I use 2 life flasks, because sometimes it's problematic if you see your life down, you just do the flask and your HP is back up. My second flask is of course a remove bleeding flask. Simple, because it's bleed damage. Then I got 2 ruby flasks, so that means against fire damage. Then I got the ruby flask. If you can craft it, try to get on those flasks, the resistance flasks, the adrenaline mod, because like I said, it's really good that you got a fast mobility. Okay, I don't have it on my ruby flask, but I got it on my 2 topaz flasks, and that's against the lightning. Okay, I got 2 topaz flasks, like you can see. Then I got the good old granite flask, just to get a little bit more physical damage. My armor goes up. And then I got of course a quicksilver flask. Okay, that was it for yeah, the preparation guide. And then of course, for the guys that don't know, you need to have 4 sacrifice pieces. You just need to put it in your map device like this, and you activate like this, and you will see now the instance, the apex of sacrifice opens, and that's the dungeon where you can find the mini bosses and Atziri. Okay, that was my part 1, the preparation. It took around 9 minutes, but like you can see, there is a lot of preparation, and it's better that you got all your stuff with you than you need to come back the whole time, because your portals are disappearing. Okay, my part 2 is going to be about the mini bosses. So I'm going to do the tactics about the mini bosses and how you need to do it, how you need to kill it, and I'm going to show you guys too. So thanks for watching for this part, and see you in part 2, guys. Bye bye.